Good morning, students. This is Mrs. Mercado speaking. This is a lecture for Accounting 2402. This is Principles of Managerial Accounting. And this lecture is going to be over what we're going to be covering on week number 10, which runs from October the 26th through November the 1st. And during week number 10, we are going to be working on a group project that deals with budgets. Okay, so since week number 9, since last week, I have given you the group distribution. That way you can begin coordinating with your group members, identifying how you're going to communicate with them, so on and so forth. By today, Monday, you should have a clear picture of how you're going to be communicating with your groups, if you've been able to reach out to all of your group members, so you can begin working on the actual assignment. Okay, so you have the entire week, all the way from Monday, October the 26th through Sunday, November the 1st. You have 7 full days to complete this project. Okay, now I'm going to jump in to Blackboard. That way we can see what I have provided to you for this specific week. Okay, so during this week I have created an assignment in Blackboard. This assignment is going to have to be uploaded into the Blackboard shell here that I have for the course. Okay, so if you click on the group project number 1 budgets title, which is underlined, it will take you to the actual page where you're going to have to submit your assignment. Now, I am going to provide you with a template, and I'll go over that right now, but I will provide you with an Excel template so you can complete your assignment. You save that template, and then once you're done with the actual project, you're going to upload it. You're going to browse your computer right here, and you're going to upload the Excel file for me to grade. I need the file in Excel format. Okay, why? Because I'm going to be grading it manually. I'm going to be putting notes. I'm going to be writing comments. I'm going to be giving you feedback on the actual spreadsheet. So I need the actual spreadsheet file provided to me. I will only be needing one submission per group. So as a group, you all need to decide who is going to be submitting the final project for each of the groups. Okay, so this is where you're going to be uploading your assignment. The assignment is worth 100 points. You're going to go down here. You're going to browse your computer. You're going to identify or locate the file, attach it, and then submit. Okay, and then that way I'll get it on my end and I can grade it for you. Okay, so that's what's going to be going on. Now, that's how you're going to be submitting your assignment for week number 10. I've included 2 files here. One of them is a member list, and the other one is the actual group project instructions. That is what you're going to be downloading in Excel, saving it, and working off of. Okay, so before we go into there, let me go over the member list. Now, I've had to revise this a couple of times during the last 2 weeks. Why? Because I've had some students that have dropped. Now, I don't have an even number of students in my class, so some groups are going to have 4 students, some groups are going to have 5 students. Okay, so I'm recording this lecture before week number 10 because I like to be ahead and I like to be prepared for all of my classes. If an adjustment is made, I will go ahead and I will update the member list and I will re-upload that, but I will not be uploading my lecture because I've already recorded it. So if any other students do withdraw from the course from the point of time that I have recorded the lecture to the beginning of week number 10, you will notice some discrepancies on the member list if any other students do decide to drop from the course. But as of today, I am recording this lecture on October the 16th. As of today, these are the students that are enrolled in my class. Okay. Like I said, if any other students withdraw from the course, I will make the necessary adjustments on the member list and I'll re-upload that onto Blackboard. Okay, but this is what I have as of today. Some groups are going to have 4 students. Some groups are going to have 5 students. Okay, it was just a matter of luck. I went ahead and I raffled out your names, and I decided that I was going to have 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. Okay, so these are your group members. I provided this information to you on week 9. That way you should know who's in your group by now. You should have established communication with them. And you should be ready to rock and roll and get this project going. Okay, so let me close this out. Now we have this other file. Group project number 1 instructions for the fall. That's an Excel file, and I went ahead and I opened the file. This is what the file looks like. Okay, Now, the file has 4 tabs. Okay, the first tab are the instructions. The second tab is the assignment data. The third tab is all of the Excel templates you're going to be using to complete the problem. And then tab number 4 deals with the critical thinking questions. Okay, now something very important. Okay, for this group project, I am not going to be doing a self and peer evaluation. Okay, I find it very difficult. Sometimes students put very conflicting information on those reports. So what's going to happen is, as a group, you all have to decide who participated enough in the project to have earned their name being put on the group member project. Okay, only the names of the students that are included here on this section of the assignment will be given the points. Okay, so let's say, for example, we have Pedro, we have Maria, we have Luis, and we have Veronica. Okay, these are just 4 random names that I came up with. Okay, so we have these 4 people on a group, and they've been trying to communicate with each other, but Veronica never answers. Okay, Veronica never answers the messages. Veronica did not participate in anything. At the last minute, she jumped in, just doing a high level review or putting her 2 cents into there, but she didn't actually go through the work of completing the budget or the critical thinking. But Veronica wants her name included in the project. Okay, so Pedro, Maria, and Luis, the other 3 group members, need to decide, did Veronica invest enough time into the project to be considered a group member that participated in the project? If Pedro, Maria, and Luis feel that Veronica did not participate enough or did not contribute to the group project, then they will exclude Veronica and they were not going to put their name here. They're going to put Veronica's name here. Okay. When we go out there to the workforce, I'm not only wanting to prepare you for learning how to do budgets or accounting. I want you to prepare you for what you're going to experience in the workforce. Okay, and I've worked in groups, in teams a lot, and it happens. I never thought it would. I thought, well, I'm going to do my work and that's it. But I had to be involved in different projects, working with different people from different departments, people that I didn't know, and it is challenging. Okay, it's challenging to coordinate, it's challenging to figure out who's going to do what, it's challenging to give feedback. But you know what, we need to learn all of those things. That way, when you go out there to the workforce, you've experienced it and you can be able to stand up for yourself. Okay, you don't want to be just sitting there and just going with the flow. You need to have a voice, speak up, and say, you know what, I don't feel that this person contributed. And I don't care if you like me or not. I'm not here to be liked. I'm here to get my job done. Okay? So that's what's basically going to happen. As a group, you are going to decide whose name goes here. Okay? Now, I would really want all of your names to be there. I really want all of you to participate, to contribute to the project. This is a wonderful time to learn about budgets, to help each other out, to get to know your classmates, to collaborate with each other. So please, if your group members are trying to reach you, please be courteous of their time. Either communicate with them, or if you don't plan on participating, just be straight up. You know what? I'm not interested in working on the group project. I'm just going to get a 0. Okay? And then your group members can move on. Okay? But I really would want all of you to participate. This is a great project. It's going to help reinforce your knowledge in the different budgets. It's going to allow you to do some critical thinking related to the budgets, and it's going to allow you to work with your group members. Okay, so remember, only the names of the group members that are here will be included. Now, I really want you to keep your communication amongst your group members, whatever the method you decide, if it's WhatsApp, if it's email, if it's whatever, text message, whatever. Why? Because what if Veronica comes back and says, well, Miss, Pedro, Maria, and Luis didn't include me in the project, but I did participate. Okay, Veronica, I'm going to say, well, how did you participate? Can you explain to me, what did you do? Okay, so then Veronica explains to me and sends me emails, and then I'm going to contact Pedro, Maria, and Luis and say, hey, you didn't include Veronica, but she sent me emails where she helped you complete all of these schedules, or she did these critical thinking questions. So why didn't you include her? Okay, so there can be some communication if there is a dispute between the group members that were included or not included in the project. Okay, so very important, include the group members that participated, that actively participated in completing the budgets, completing the critical thinking, reviewing the work, answering questions, helping each other out, all of that good thing. Okay, now let's go into the budget information, what we're going to be doing. In this particular project, you're going to be employees for birding homes and feeders, and you're going to be preparing a variety of budgets for January. Okay, you're going to be preparing 8 different requirements. The first one is a sales budget, a production budget, a direct materials purchases budget, a direct labor cost budget, a factory overhead cost budget, a cost of goods sold budget, a selling and admin expense budget, and a budgeted income statement for the month of July. Okay, I am going to provide you with all of the data that you need to prepare all of these budgets. Okay, and then you're going to have 4 critical thinking short answer questions that we're going to go over in a bit in the last tab. Okay, so the first page is basically for me to identify who participated in the project. Now, the second tab is all of the data you're going to be needing to complete all of your budgets. Okay, so I recommend that you print this out. That way you have it handy. As you're working the budgets, you can identify the different information that is being provided so you can be able to complete your project. Okay, so all of this is the information that you're going to be needing to complete the 8 budget requirements. Okay, so this is what you're going to be using to prepare your budgets. Okay, now I've given you a whole bunch of Excel templates here that you're going to be using. You're going to be filling in the blank for all of the cells that are in neon green. Okay, so if it's a green cell, you have to put an answer there. Now, I'm such a wonderful teacher that I have given you some answers already embedded in the problem. So the gray numbers, I have entered them for you. That way you can check your work, kind of a thing, and it'll help guide you as to if you're in the right path. Okay, so I will be checking your work based on the correct responses on the green sections. Okay, make sure that you fill out all of the questions. Now, all of the budgets are outlined. This is a sales budget, production budget, direct materials purchases budget. So you have to fill all of these out. For the cost of goods sold budget, you have your budget information on the top, and then you have, excuse me, you have your supporting calculations down here. I want to see how you came up with the numbers that you included up here by completing the supporting calculations. So anything in green needs to be filled out. Okay, that's simple. So these are all of the budgets that you're going to be completing. Okay. Okay, so you're going to complete this as a group. Now, very important. If you're wanting to break up the project and say, well, Maria is going to do the sales budget, and then Pedro is going to do the production budget, and then Luis is going to do, that's not how it works. Okay, these are budgets. The information in the first budget, you're going to use it maybe on the second budget. Maybe you're going to use the information on the second budget on the third budget. Okay, so there's going to be information used on one budget that you're going to be needing on the preceding budget. Okay, so it is best that you work at it together. Okay, either you work on it together or you can work on it on your own time. Each of you does all of the budgets and then you compare your answers. It is all up to you. Okay, but just know that I will be grading this assignment on a team effort. Okay, not, well, miss, I did the sales budget and I got it right, but Pedro did the production budget and he got it all wrong. Okay, well, I don't care if Pedro got it wrong. You're a group. And you should have helped Pedro if you thought or knew his budget was incorrect, so you could have fixed it. Okay? This is a group project. So I highly recommend that you review each other's work. Okay? You provide each other feedback as long as you're respectful of each other. Hey, Maria, you know what? I was reviewing your budget and I think that you're off on this area. This is why I think you're off. I think we need to revise this because of this. So just be courteous. It's common practice to provide feedback. Okay? Take it as constructive feedback to improve your overall group project's grade. Okay? And your knowledge as well in the process. If you're having issues preparing a specific budget, maybe your group members can help you better understand how to complete that budget. Okay? So these are the budgets that need to be completed. That's in your tab number 3. And then your tab number 4 is your critical thinking questions. Okay, you're going to have 4 critical thinking questions. Each critical thinking question needs to be answered in complete sentences, be more than 150 words. Make sure you check your spelling, your grammar, um, and you cite all of the sources. Depending on where you obtain your information, please ensure that you include citations. Now, what I've seen a lot of students do is that they include the citations at the very end. Okay, if at the end of the question or at the end of the project or whatever the case might be. Okay, we need to learn how to cite accordingly. Okay, so I have given you an example here. So if I obtain this information, okay, the major components of the operating budget include, and I give you all of the information. At the end of that section or that sentence, I'm going to include the publisher's information and the year. Okay, so I got this from Warren, Reeve, and Dukac, 2018. Okay, if the next sentence I type another sentence and I got that information from Cantu and Salinas, 2015. Okay, after that sentence, I need to put Cantu and Salinas, 2015. Okay, these citations need to be included after every sentence. If you obtained information from a source, if it's information that you came up with on your own, it's your own knowledge, then you don't have to cite it. But if you copied or you not copied, because we don't want to copy, if you paraphrased specific information from a source, then you need to cite the source to give credit to that source. You should not be copying and pasting information. If you obtain information from a book, you need to put it into your own words, but still give credit to the publisher, whoever wrote the article or the book or whatever is it that you're getting the information. You need to give credit to that. Okay, so the critical thinking questions. The first one is to identify and explain. Okay, so you have to list them and explain them. Each of the major components of the operating budget. Okay, and you can use your book, you can use your notes, you can use the internet, you can use whatever you want to complete these critical thinking requirements. Okay. The second question is explain the interrelationships among the various components of the operating budget. Now, a lot of groups have issues with this question. Well, what does that mean, Miss? Well, how does the information from one budget relate or affect the information utilized in preceding budgets? So you have to explain the relationship between the different budgets and how they make up the entire operating budget. Okay, so you can either do it in Word format, or maybe you want to give me a diagram and then explain it. It's up to you how you explain the information, but how do the different budgets impact or relate to each other? Okay. Then the third question is define and explain operational and capital budgeting. This is not operation, it's operational and capital budgeting. Okay. So make sure that you identify the keyword operational and capital budgeting. Okay. And then question 4 is explain the roles of operational and capital budgeting in planning, controlling, and decision making. So you have to explain how operational and capital budget impact the planning, controlling, and decision making process. Okay. And remember, you're going to cite your sources after each sentence, and then at the very end you're going to give me a list in alphabetical order of all of the sources that you included in your 4 critical thinking questions. Okay, so here you're going to list all of your references APA style in alphabetical order. Okay, so that is the additional requirement. So you have your Excel budgets that you're going to prepare, and you're going to have your critical thinking questions that you're going to complete. Okay, I highly recommend that you review each other's work. That way you submit the best quality assignment or project possible. Okay, so you are going to be working in groups to complete this project. Everything has been included in the spreadsheet. You're going to download the spreadsheet. You're going to fill in all of the budget information, the critical thinking information, save it, and then upload it so I can grade it in Blackboard. Okay. So that is what this week number 10 is going to entail. Now this group project is worth 100 points. Okay, that's 10% of your overall grade. Okay, it's not only important to complete it because it's a group project, it's important to complete it, but because it's going to help prepare you as well for your upcoming test, which has the budgets component in it. Okay, so it's very important that we know how to complete the operating budget process. Okay, so that is basically it. Like I said before, all of the information is going to be included in your group project budgets. The member list can be updated if there are any additional students that drop from the course. I will be updating that. I will not be updating the video. That's done. But if any changes are made, please make sure that you always look at the group member list. And if there are any updates made to the group member list, I will send you a message letting you know, hey, I had to revise the group member list because I had a student withdraw. This is the new member list, okay? But I hope that we have no additional students withdrawing from the course. And I hope this is the final list that I prepare for you guys. Okay, so during this week, this is the only assignment that you're going to be doing. It is due on Sunday at 11 p.m. Sunday, November the 1st at 11 p.m. Okay, so you have all week to complete the project. Okay. So that is, but here it is. Budgets is due Sunday, November the 1st at 11 p.m. I placed the students into the groups. The group is worth 100 points. And make sure that you only include the names of the students that participated in the project. Only the names of the students listed are going to be given the grade. And remember, only one submission per group. So as a group, you decide who is going to submit the project, and then that person is going to be responsible to upload it into Blackboard so I can grade it. Okay, I will not be assisting you this week with the group project. That is something that you as a group need to figure out. Go refer to your book, refer to the internet, refer to each other. Okay, but if I can be of any assistance in clarifying any of the assignment instructions, please do not hesitate to contact me. I am available Monday through Friday. You can either message me through Blackboard, email me, whatever works for you. Okay, and then I can respond and we can communicate and I can provide you with any clarification that you need. Okay, so that is basically what is going to be happening on week number 10. I hope you all have fun completing this group project. It's to me, it's always very rewarding when I have a project that I'm working on and I look at the end result. And in the process, I get to meet people, that maybe we are going to be able to build a relationship with and help each other out in future assignments. So I want you to learn, to work in a group, to collaborate with each other. And I hope this is a good experience for you. Okay, so that is basically it for week number 10 lecture. Stay safe, and I'll be looking forward to receiving the final product of each of your group members' project so I can grade them and provide you back feedback. Thank you very much. Be safe and have a good week.